Welcome, everybody. Welcome back. And it is the Blu-ray haul. So, got quite a few titles to go through here today. If I do get anything tomorrow for Easter, which I'm not hopeful of, but if I do, I probably will. I'm just gonna put those in the April haul. I'm just saying in regards to if I get anything physical media wise for Easter, but I don't know. Probably won't. Probably will not. But I'm pretty confident this is all I'm going to be getting right now, and beginning for March. I mean, it's already the end of the month. So yeah, got a little over 60 titles. I need to go to rehab for real. But yeah, so we'll be talking about these. Show you guys what I picked up, and yeah, we'll go from there. So you already got a couple comments in here. Ethan is in the chat. Easter is tomorrow. That's right. That's why I'm not doing this tomorrow, because it's Easter and I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that on you guys, so I'm just doing it now. Jared, my buddy's in the building. What's going on, Jared? And Cam Cross Comics. What's up, Cam? Says, what's up, Luke? Still thinking about that pit scene from... Yes. If you guys don't know what he's referring to, he's talking about the watch along last night for Saw 2. When it came to the needle pit. That was a lot of fun. Anyways, we're not going to waste too much time. So I got a lot of titles to talk about. Let's just get to it. So first off, I've got a little double pack here. Like I always do, I start off with collections on singular Blu-rays. And also TV shows on singular Blu-rays as well. So first off, I got the Ace Ventura double feature. Do not go in there. Woo! So Ace Ventura Pet Detective and Ace Ventura When Nature Calls. I enjoy both of these movies. Yeah, even the second one. I love the first one. That's one of my favorite Jim Carrey movies. It's also one of my childhood favorites. The second one I like, but I don't like it as much as the first one, though. All right. Next up. Now, 3 out of the 5 of these I already own. But I bought this collection for the other 2 because it was actually $20. So basically, $4 per movie. You can think about that. And it's this A24 horror 5-film collection with Hereditary, X, The Witch, Green Room, and It Comes at Night. I bought it for Green Room and It Comes at Night. I already own the other 3. Yeah, I already own Hereditary and X on Blu-ray, and I have The Witch on 4K. So, and I love all these movies. Yes, even It Comes at Night, the most controversial pick out of all of them. I love that movie. Now, the next 4 movies I'm going to be talking about, I got from Horror Pack. I did decide to see what they got for me. So, and if you have seen any of these movies, I have not seen any one of them out of the 4 that I got. I have not seen any of them. If you guys have seen any of them and you think I should watch them, let me know down in the chat or let me know down in the comments if I should. I mean, I probably will get around to watching them. So I don't know. So first up, I got The Breach, which I have never heard of, but it's that from executive producer Slash, and I know it's the guitarist Slash from Guns N' Roses. So it seems pretty interesting. Then we got The Last Victim, a little movie starring Ali Larter and Ron Perlman and Ralph Ineson. I don't know how you pronounce that one. So yeah, it seems like a pretty interesting neo-Western thriller. So I'm actually kind of happy I got this. And then we got the Horror Pack Limited Edition. And by the way, every month when you get stuff from Horror Pack, they will send you one of their exclusive Blu-rays. So this is the one I got for this month, which is Craving. Looks like a little creature feature. This cover is actually kind of making me think a little bit of Smile in some ways. If you guys know the scene towards the end of Smile, you guys know what I'm talking about. But it looks pretty cool. And this last one I have heard of. The other three I've never heard of. But this one I have heard of. And I've heard decent things about it, which is Black Friday. It's got a pretty good cast assembled. It's got Devon Sawa, Ivana Baquero, Ryan Lee. I remember from Ghostbusters. Goosebumps. Jesus, I always get those two mixed up. Goosebumps, Michael Jai White, Black Dynamite, and then Bruce Campbell. So I might be watching this this Thanksgiving season. I'm excited too. Yeah, sorry about the sneeze, but I'm just going to go ahead and take a drink after that sneeze. Oh, that's good. All right. Next up, I got My Best Friend's Girl. This is one of Cody Leach's favorite comedies, so I figured I would take the advantage and pick it up. Give it a try. I know he loves Dane Cook. I like Dane Cook. I don't know. It looked funny. I mean, from what I heard, the concept of it makes it really does make it look funny. So I'm interested. Next up, I got Ghosts of Girlfriends Past, a little rom-com with Matthew McConaughey and Jennifer Garner. It was $5 at the pawn shop, so I picked it up. I remember watching pieces of it. I've never seen the whole thing all the way through. And then we got Contraband. Got this one for pretty cheap off of eBay. And it had the slip. And I do like the slip cover. It's a decent little Mark Wahlberg thriller. Action thriller. With, wait, who directed this one? I kind of forgot for some reason. Baltasar Golmaker. I think that's how you pronounce it. The guy that did Beast, Two Guns, and Everest. So, yeah. Not a bad movie. Then we got Rock of Ages. Not the best movie ever. It's got a great cast, though. I can give it that. But I also do want to check out the extended edition at some point. I've seen the theatrical cut of this movie years ago. Don't remember much about it except for a couple songs. So I got this and might be checking out the extended edition at some point. Then we got The Upside, which is a very funny little comedy here with Kevin Hart and Bryan Cranston. Basically, Kevin Hart is this ex-convict who is looking for work and eventually meets Bryan Cranston, who is an entrepreneur who is paralyzed from the neck down. So basically, Kevin Hart is hired to kind of be his assistant. So it's a very funny and sweet and pretty mature comedy also. Then we got, for the Jason Statham collection, we have Redemption, which I actually just watched for the first time recently. It's good. I like it. Not my favorite of his, but I do like it. And then we got Bad Moms, which is a really funny comedy right here from 2016. And then A Bad Moms Christmas, which is not as funny, but still funny. Like, they're both good movies. I do enjoy them both. Continuing on the Jason Statham kick, we have Killer Elite with Statham, Clive Owen, and Robert De Niro. I did watch this, and it was fine, but again, it wasn't like too huge on it. So I figured it was $3 on eBay, so I was like, you know what? Why not? I'll pick it up and try and give it another try. The action in it was great, though. Like, I'll give it that. The action's great. Excuse me. All right, next we got Silent Hill. I actually just rewatched this movie last night. I actually do enjoy this movie quite a bit. It's not a great movie, but I love the atmosphere of this film. I've seen gameplay of the video games of Silent Hill, and I really do think that they nail a lot of the atmosphere. it's not quite, on par, in regards to story, but in regards to atmosphere and production and structure, I think they did a pretty good job with this one. I do enjoy Silent Hill. Again, not a great movie. Has some pretty spotty CGI, but it's good. I like Silent Hill. Then we got Unfriended Dark Web, because I do own the original Unfriended, which is one of my favorite Blumhouse movies. This one, I know some people are saying is better than the first. I completely disagree. I think this film is actually very mediocre. I haven't seen it since it came out, but it was fine. Honestly, it was just fine. Nothing super memorable. But I'll do a double feature and watch that one along with or watch the first one along with Dark Web. See if my thoughts really improve with that one. Next up, we got the remake of RoboCop, which I know a lot of people hated. I remember watching this film kind of on repeat back when it came out, and I dug it. I used to love this thing, but as I've gotten older, noticed more of the flaws with it. I still enjoy this movie though. It's not the greatest thing ever. It's definitely not as good as the original, but I do enjoy this movie. It's a lot of fun. It's got some great action in there, and also Joel Kinnaman is awesome in that movie as RoboCop. Then we got 13 Sins. If you guys remember the movie Nerve starring Emma Roberts and Dave Franco, the movie about the social media game where you're doing a bunch of crazy challenges to get money. This is the horror version of that, and this movie came before Nerve, and I think this one is better. Really cool movie right here. I really enjoy 13 Sins. Next, we got Hang 'em High. If you guys love Clint Eastwood and you guys love a good Clint Eastwood Western, this movie will be right up your alley. I love this film. It's one of my favorite Clint Eastwood Westerns. Not my favorite, but one of my favorites. Then we got Equilibrium. This movie is a ton of fun. Fun fact, though, this movie was originally supposed to be The Matrix. Wrap your head around that there. Then we got Spotlight, Best Picture winner from 2015. Great film. Not the most rewatchable film ever, but it is very, very good. So I definitely would recommend it. Basically, it's about the news crew that kind of broke this story about these Catholic priests that got outed for molestation. If you guys remember the movie She Said with Zoe Kazan and Carey Mulligan, I feel like this film really did take a lot of inspiration from that. Or no, She Said took a lot of inspiration from Spotlight in regards to the story. Next, we got 13 Hours. Really underrated movie right here from Michael Bay. One of his best films. Not my favorite personally from Michael Bay, but this is one of his best movies in my opinion. Terrific performance from John Krasinski. Really does not get enough credit for this performance. Some excellent action sequences, and yeah. If you guys have not seen it, it's not really a watch all the time kind of movie, but it is very good. Next, we got Mirai, directed by Mamoru Hosoda. I think it's what it is. That could be. I thought. Oh, it's really around the cover. I am so stupid. But yeah, this movie is directed by Mamoru Hosoda, and this is one of the best anime films. It's probably top 15, I think. Honestly, it's fantastic. And then we got There's Something About Mary. Really good Fairley Brothers comedy. One of their first breakout hits. If I can remember correctly, I think this is one of their breakout hits. Wait, no, because Kingpin and Dumb and Dumber came before this one. I really don't know why. I really don't know why I got those why I mixed that up, but it's still a really good comedy. Oh, okay, here we go. The original Mad Max. I mainly got this because it was $5 and it had the red case. But hot take though, I really don't like this movie. I rewatched it recently with Mike, and I thought I loved this movie. Man, this film is so slow and boring. I really don't like this movie, to be honest with you. But it had the red case, and it was $5, so I picked it up. And again, I want to complete the Mad Max franchise because I also have Fury Road as well. I do need to buy the Road Warrior and Beyond Thunderdome on Blu-ray. I have them on DVD, but it's like I need the Blu-rays. Is it? Wait, is it still there? Oh, yeah, that's right. Anyways, next up I got Walking Tall, starring The Rock. One of his first breakouts in regards to the action genre. And it does definitely cut through some of the story a little bit, but it is still a very fun movie. Oh, speaking of fun, we got Shoot 'Em Up, a gloriously over-the-top action movie, kind of along the same lines as Krang in regards to over-the-top action. Not quite as like bizarre as Crank, but it is still a really, really fun movie. This next one goes out to my buddy Jared. If he's still watching. Shout out to you, buddy, for recommending me this movie. Kill the Messenger. I finally checked this movie out recently, and it was fantastic. Maybe not a movie you're going to watch all the time because the ending definitely kind of peaks onto that, where it's like you're not going to watch this film a ton, but it's very, very good. One of Jeremy Renner's more underrated performances. Does not get enough credit for his stuff outside of the MCU and The Town. Like, I think he deserves a recognition for his performances in films like that and Wind River. So, yeah. Next up, I got Casino Royale, which is my favorite James Bond movie. I still do plan on buying the collection set that has all of them. But if I do, I still will keep this, though, because I do really like this cover. The nice teaser poster of this movie right here. Again, it's my favorite Bond movie, so I'm going to keep it regardless. So next we got Don't Taste Me, Bro. Mr. Peabody and Sherman. This movie turns 10 years old this year. And I think this film is a hidden gem. This is one of the better DreamWorks animated movies. Not my personal favorite of theirs, but this is a very, very fun movie right here. Great voice casting. Beautiful animation. This movie is high. I think it's actually pretty underrated in my mind. No one really talks about it. No one really... Whenever you think about DreamWorks movies, nobody really brings this movie up. It's a really charming film with some pretty good dark humor in certain spots. It's a very clever movie. Oh yes, oh yes. I look stupid. No, you don't. John, I look like something you give to your kid when you tell him grandma died. Ted. I finally decided to pull the trigger and buy the first Ted because I owned the second one for a while. But for some reason, I never owned the first one. I could never find it. Well, even when I did find it, like I always passed on it for some reason. I don't know why. I just wasn't in the mood to buy this, but I found it for a good price on eBay, so I was like, you know what? I will buy it. This is one of the best comedies to come out in the 2010s. It is awesome. It's a very funny movie. All right, let's move the stack over. All right. To build up for something we got coming up in July, we have Twister. Since Twisters is coming out this July, we are going to be doing a watch-along for this movie in July as well, which I cannot wait to do. I'm really excited to watch this on the channel. I remember when I first watched this film when I was a kid, this film scared the crap out of me, dude. Like, I'm not even joking you. This film scared me. So, I'm ready to see how it translates down that I'm in my 20s. So, we'll see. But I remember loving that movie as a kid. Like, I remember loving Twister. It's a lot of fun. Oh, here we go. We got Basket Case from Arrow Video. I love this little slip cover. And I love the I actually switched out the artwork because it had this one when I got it, so I switched it out because I actually like this artwork a little bit more for Basket Case. This movie is so ridiculous that I love it. It's so much fun. And then we got Basket Case 2, which I also liked quite a bit, but not quite as good as the original Basket Case. I mean, let me just be real about this. They're not good movies. They're pretty bad movies, like in retrospect, but I have a lot of fun with them. And then we got Basket Case 3, The Progeny, which I've never seen. But I've heard it's one of the best, worst movies ever. And then we got Suspiria. This is a Korean import Blu-ray from Art Vision Entertainment. I didn't know that it was a Korean import until my buddy Steven told me about this. Deka Striker. Shout out to you, buddy. But I did test the Blu-ray for this, and it works fine in my player. Like, it actually does play. I just didn't know this was a Korean import Blu-ray. But I mainly got this because I love the artwork on this Blu-ray. Like, I love this artwork. It's awesome. And this is a great giallo film. The only, and I repeat, the only giallo film that I not only like, but I love. Because the other three that I've seen, I did not like whatsoever. The Beyond, Tenebrae, and Deep Red. Did not like any one of those at all. They weren't good. But this one, I loved. All right. New release time in regards to the Blu-ray side of it. We got ISS, which a lot of people did not like, but I did. It was pretty good. And I'll tell a little cool story when I get to another certain movie here in a little bit. Then we got The Color Purple, which I know some people absolutely adored. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I wish I got to see this in theaters, but time just got away from me. So I saw it when it hit Max, and it was good. I did really like this movie. I think I would have enjoyed it more if I did see it in the theater, though. If I'm being completely honest, like, I think I would have enjoyed it more if I saw it in the theater. Oh, here we go. Little divisive one right here. We got Ferrari. I enjoyed this movie quite a bit, man. I did recently just watch this one, and yeah, it was good. I do wish this film was like a documentary miniseries instead of a non-conventional biopic, because there were just some things I could tell were missing from this movie. Like, I know this is just kind of like in the middle of his life in regards to the 24-hour Le Mans, or the Miglia. I so butchered that. But Adam Driver was great. Penelope Cruz and Shailene Woodley were great. But also Patrick Dempsey was terrific in this movie. I think he was the standout for this movie, in my opinion, was Patrick Dempsey, which was shocking to me. He was great in Thanksgiving, but the fact that he was the standout in Ferrari for me, shocker. Next, Poor Things. I don't know what really to say, man. This is such a strange movie. I thought I was prepared for it when I was watching it. Little did I know, after, like, when the first sex scene started in this movie, I knew I was not prepared. But I love this movie. This is my personal favorite film from Yorgos Lanthimos so far. And I love his filmography from what I've seen. But yeah, I love Poor Things. I'm glad that Emma Stone won Best Actress. Good for her. I'm proud of her. One of the best horror films to come out last year in When Evil Lurks. I actually just rewatched this recently. My God, man, this movie's actually kind of difficult to watch. Not in a way where it's like difficult to sit through. It's hard to watch at times because there are certain things that occur in this movie that I know most U.S. not like most American horror filmmakers would never pull off. Argentinian horror films, or even like Australian horror films, or South Korean horror flicks, they would pull off shit like this. And the fact that they were, and then the fact that this was an Argentinian take on a possession film, the way that they were able to pull this film off, it just amazes me. This is also one of the scariest films I've ever seen in my life, but I absolutely adore this film. It is fantastic. If you guys did not see When Evil Lurks, please, I beg of you, watch it. Not for everybody, I know, but please see it. It's so good. One of the most enjoyable theater-going experiences I've had in quite a bit, which is Anyone But You. Now, I didn't get to see this film back when it came out. I did get to see it a few weeks later because my theater got it later. I love this movie, dude. This movie was so funny. It was charming. It was romantic. It was sweet. I even just rewatched this film like a couple nights ago, man. It is such a good movie. It's going to be on Netflix here next month, so if you guys did not buy the Blu-ray and you guys are waiting to watch it, please check it out. It's so much fun. One of the best movies from last year, The Iron Claw. And this is still the first, this was the first A24 film I ever saw in the theater. Not joking you. I am not even kidding you. But I absolutely adored this film. I was a blubbering mess walking out of it. Like, my God, man. Zac Efron here as Kevin Von Erich was robbed of a Best Actor nomination, in my opinion. He was robbed of that. And also Jeremy Allen White and Harris Dickinson, I also felt were robbed of Best Supporting Actor noms. And yeah. This is a terrific film. Definitely my top 10 of last year for sure. Next, we got some steelbooks. We got quite a few steelbooks here. Next up, we got One Cut of the Dead, which I actually just picked up yesterday at the time of streaming. Nice steelbook. Never seen it. Look cool, though. Then we got The Name's Maurice, and I'll catch you later. Little Monsters. I grew up with this. I rented this film from Family Video a couple times when I was a kid, and I've loved it ever since. I haven't seen this film in quite some time, but it definitely might be one of those films that definitely doesn't age well if you watch it for the first time, but it definitely requires some nostalgia, though. Then we got David Cronenberg's Shivers, his very first film. Also another Vestron Video steelbook. Very good movie right here. I watched that one last year, I think, for the first time. I think it was last year. Then we got some Mill Creek steelbooks. We got Hollow Man, really good little Invisible Man flick from Paul Verhoeven, starring Kevin Bacon, where he goes he has this invisibility serum tested on himself, and then he can't bring himself back, so he decides to go nuts. It's a crazy movie. Anaconda. This movie is terrible, but it is so fun. Nice steelbook, though. I mean, dude, Ice Cube takes an axe to a snake head. What? And also, this guy right here, John Voight. Little baby bud. I'm acting right now. If you guys don't know, Just watch this movie. It's so dumb, but so good. And then we got I Know What You Did Last Summer. This is the slipcover steelbook right here. I really do like this steelbook, and this is a very fun little movie from the 90s. That's Scream era. I do also like the sequel, which I do plan to get sometime soon. And then we got Suzume, which I know was on a lot of people's best of the year list. I still have not seen it, but I got the steelbook, so I could change that. Then we got some 4Ks. We got Mayhem. Oh, yeah, dude. Mayhem is so much fun. Love the steelbook as well. Haven't seen it in a little while. I do actually want to rewatch this film now that I'm morally thinking about it. Then we got Creepshow, one of my favorite horror anthologies, right beside the Shudder VHS movies. I love Creepshow. This movie is a blast. Creepshow 2 is not quite as good, but I did like Creepshow 2. Haven't seen Creepshow 3, though. I heard it was dog shit, so there's that. And then we got the original classic of Creature from the Black Lagoon from 1954. Oh, funny enough, this is the 70th anniversary. That's kind of funny. But I do like this kind of steelbook, and this is the 4K of it. Yep, proof 4K right here. But yeah, good movie right here. Really, really good movie. Oh, I am the law. Hey, rookie, we're going up. Dread. I know I own this film already. Kevin, Movie Collector Maniac, for sending me the Blu-ray of it. Where is that? Right here. And I'm still keeping this, though, because he sent it to me. So I'm still going to keep that. But when I saw they still had a steelbook copy of this left, I had to pull the trigger and buy it. Because I love this thing. I am the law. Steelbook is dope. This movie is awesome. One of the best comic book films. And it is still an absolute crime that we do not have a sequel to this. And next we got, lastly for the steelbooks, we have Wish. I did really enjoy this movie when I saw it in the theater. Funny thing is, though, I posted the pickups on my Instagram when I got this one. It was also at ISS, The Color Purple, Ferrari, Poor Things, Anyone But You, Suzume, this one and another one we'll talk about. Left some tags, obviously, because I'm nice. I'm a nice guy. It was for both ISS. The main star of both this and ISS, Ariana DeBose, liked my post. And I was like, how did that happen? Like, I wasn't expecting it. But I mean, I know I left her a tag for both this and ISS. I wasn't expecting a like from her, to be honest with you, though. But that was awesome. But I do like this movie quite a bit, though. I haven't seen it since the theater, but I did like it. It was good. All right, now some 4Ks. We got Jack Reacher, Never Go Back. Funny story with this. When I got this, the case, the buttons that hold the discs in place, a few pieces were missing. And whenever I go to put it back on the shelf, the Blu-ray disc kept falling out. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I decided to order a replacement case for this one, and it is in pristine condition. So, and I'm happy about that. Pretty good movie, though, actually. I like that one. I like it more than most. Next, we got Morgan. This slipcover is actually very out of print. I got this off of eBay. I think I did pay a little bit too much for it. I think I paid about like $25. Which, yeah, I do feel like I did pay a little bit too much for it. But the slipcover is very out of print. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to bite the bullet. I'm going to buy it. So I did. I have not seen this film in a while. I remember liking it, though, when I first saw it. Then we got Deadpool 2 to build up for Deadpool and Wolverine. I do have the Blu-ray for the first one. Just don't But I got this one on 4K, though, because I had the slipcover, and I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I do enjoy this one. It does get a little bit carried away with some of the humor, but it is still a lot of fun. And lastly, but certainly not least, I wish we were ending with a better movie. Whatever, though. Aquaman of the Lost Kingdom. Why would you end the DCEU like this? Why would you do that? I mean, I already was not even looking forward to this movie, to be honest with you, but this was still really disappointing that they decided to end the DCEU like this. I will say this, though. The first 2 acts of this film really tested my will to stay in the theater. I was ready to leave after the narration from Jason Momoa wrapped up. I was like, oh my god. But then the third act came along, and there was some actually really well-directed fight scenes where I was like, okay, I'm enjoying this. Okay. But it's still not quite enough, though. I still really did not care for this movie. It's not the worst thing ever. It's definitely on the lower standard when compared to the rest of compared to some of the stuff compared to some of the other films in the DCEU. This is definitely a low bar for them, and this was such a whimper for them to go out on. I don't hate this movie. I don't love this movie. I can't even necessarily say if I really like this movie, to be honest with you. I think it's fine, but it should have been so much better, to be honest with you. It should have been a lot better. But it was just fine. No, honestly, it was fine. But that is it. That is every single Blu-ray I picked up in the month of March. April's going to be a little bit more laid back, but I'm happy with what I got. So, Michael101591 popping in the last second. What's up, buddy? Stay tuned in a couple hours. I will be on Mike's channel for the watch along of Mad Max The Road Warrior. And then, I don't know, might do a Q&A afterwards, Maybe. But, yeah, guys. If you guys are not subscribed to Mike's Reviews and Analysis, go subscribe to him. If you guys want to pop in and say hi, please do so. Catch you guys in the next one, and I'll see you guys after a while. Peace out.